Hello everyone! In today's video, I'll be rounding up my favorite Amazon home products that make your bathroom look more expensive. As a professional interior designer, I shop and source products for a living. Interior design can get very expensive, and of course, we're all working on a budget. We want functional pieces that are highly stylish and bonus points if they look like something that we've been ogling from the design magazines. I love a great dupe, but I love it even more when I can find designer pieces on Amazon for a fraction of the cost. Here is a roundup of my favorite Amazon bath products that I have used for my multi-million-dollar clients, as well as pieces that I've used in my own home's remodel. The Amazon bath products that we'll be rounding up today are faucets and fixtures, lighting, mirrors, and finally bathroom accessories. We all want to elevate the look of our bathroom, but we don't want to be spending a whole lot of money. I'll talk you through all of my designer tips when choosing a particular bathroom fixture, what makes one product better than the rest, and of course how to mix metals like a pro in your bathroom so the look is elevated, it's expensive, and it looks ultra luxurious. Let's start this roundup with my favorite Amazon faucets. If you've ever purchased a brand name bathroom faucet, let's say Roll or Brizzo, which I actually specify a lot for my client projects, you'll see the difference between a designer finish versus something that's a little less expensive that you find on Amazon. Name brand fixtures and faucets are really built to last. They're usually not like a plated material. If it's brass, it would be brass all the way through. If it's chrome, it'll be metal all the way through and not just a plated finish. So some of these faucets that you find on Amazon are a plated finish. It could be a steel construction, aluminum construction, and then they plate or powder coat the outside of the finish so it matches the color that you desire. For my own primary bathroom makeover, I found this really beautiful single vessel faucet. This antique brass bathroom faucet is meant for a vessel sink, which means a sink that actually sits on top of your countertop. It's almost like a bowl, so you need a faucet that is taller, and I love that it has a swivel capability. It's a single hole faucet that's deck mounted, so you're actually mounting this right on the sink. It has a matching pop-up drain in the same gold finish, and I purchased it for less than $60, and there was even a 5% off coupon on Amazon. I had replaced my previous sink faucet, which was this really inexpensive brushed aluminum. I think I found it on Amazon as well for like less than $50. Here we are 8-9 years later, and I am finally switching out this faucet. The new design has a lot of traditional elements, and I knew that brass would be the perfect finish for my bathroom design. We have a lot of hard water, so you will see all of those calcium deposits collect over time. If you purchase a faucet that's 100% brass or 100% iron, it's pretty much the metal the entire way through. You don't have this plated quality to it. So where the calcium deposits are, sometimes if you start scratching that off, it will take the finish right off the fixture as well. So of course, you get what you pay for, but at just under $60 for me to transform the entire look of my bathroom, I love this faucet. This next faucet is a designer brand from Roll, and I love Roll because it's like super duper luxury high end. I purchased this faucet in chrome for one of my previous clients. It is the Hidden Canyon custom home that you might have seen in one of my previous home tours. I love this faucet because it's really well made. It's a very minimal design. It's a single spout with a lever. It includes a matching pop-up drain as well. I chose this in chrome because I love the shiny reflective finish, especially when you're mixing and matching it with matte black accents. I made a video about 2024 design trends, and silver and chrome is like right up there on the design hot list. If you're looking for a transitional finish that can lean either modern or a little bit more industrial, I find that chrome has this very masculine aspect to it that you can't get with brass. This faucet is not cheap. However, even with my trade discount at my trade vendors, I still found this faucet for cheaper on Amazon than I did anywhere else online. This next Amazon bath faucet I actually used in my own guest bathroom makeover. I wiped out all of the original fixtures from my mid-century modern home. I mean, these fixtures were original to the house. So of course they were really dinky, they were really dated. And once I made over the entire bathroom, I knew that I wanted matte black accents. I found this really great deck mounted faucet with double handle levers, which I absolutely love because I like how it's minimal, it's really chic, it's really clean. And at just under $50, what an absolute steal. A designer's tip when you're installing a deck-mounted faucet is that you don't have to use all of the components. You'll see that this deck-mounted faucet actually comes with a deck plate. But to me, deck plates could look a little dated. I wanted a really clean installation, so instead of installing this with the deck, I simply installed the faucet with the 2 lever handles right on the countertop. I find that this makes it so much easier to clean right around the handles. It's one less thing on the sink that collects calcium deposits. And of course, with a matching pop-up drain, this really completed the look of my guest bathroom makeover. When it came time to specify the shower and tub fixtures, I definitely wanted matte black as well. A designer's tip when you're choosing bathroom finishes is the same function, same finish. So for instance, your sink faucet should match your tub faucet, which matches the shower fittings. When it comes time to choosing your lighting or your cabinet hardware, then you can change up the finish. The sink faucet was like a no-name brand from Amazon, and the shower fittings were Kingston brass. You don't have to stick to the same brand when specifying all of your fixtures. I find that if you have the same metal color, it'll be consistent throughout. So I chose matte black for the sink, and I continued that matte black finish for the shower fittings as well. When I started sourcing Kingston brass, even from my own trade vendors, I found this exact same set for over $300, and I bought it for under $185 on Amazon. I love how the matte black looks set against my white ceramic tile, and since I have some other brass elements in there, the black really pops against all of the other color. This next faucet is from Roll. It's a center set faucet with crisscross handles that I actually use for one of my multi-million-dollar spec home projects. When you're dealing with a spec home, of course you want to choose luxurious materials. You don't want to spend a whole lot, but it's a multi-million-dollar property, so potential home buyers are going to expect luxurious finishes and fixtures in the space. For me as an interior designer, I want to help you elevate the look of your space. I don't want you to spend a whole lot of money, but I also know where you can skimp or splurge on specific materials. And in this bathroom, it was just a showpiece in the house, and we definitely needed something really high-end. You'll see from this bathroom design that there's not a whole lot of look. It's a lot of neutral colors, a lot of luxurious materials like marble on marble, but at the center of it all, you're looking at this really beautiful sink. You always want to think about the composition of your sink and vanity once you're specifying the faucets, mirror, and lighting for it. Since there are a lot of straight angles and hard lines in this bathroom, I really wanted to soften the entire elevation. We have a round mirror, we have soft sinuous curves on our vanity sconce. When you're choosing sink faucets, you always want to key into the finish first. Of course, specify the finish that completes your design intent. And then you always want to look for those little designer details that helps kick it up a notch. Let's move on to lighting in the bathroom. I can't tell you how many times Amazon has saved my butt, especially when I'm trying to source really luxurious materials, but for a fraction of the cost. I wanted this Hudson Valley wall sconce from one of my trade vendors, and they were charging almost $500. I found the exact same fixture on Amazon for $300. This is not a dupe. It is the exact same fixture that I purchased for a multi-million-dollar project. This Hudson Valley Fillmore light sconce is finished in a burnished brass. In person, it almost looks like a polished brass, but I know over time it's going to patina, and it's going to have all of this rich oxidation that makes it look even more expensive than it really is. It's a single light wall sconce. You see the exposed light behind the reeded glass, and I kind of love it. It feels almost glam but industrial, but I feel like in a modern setting, especially in a warm neutral space, your eyes kind of draw to this wall sconce immediately. I installed this single wall sconce above the vanity and actually applied it right over an existing mirror. I would typically like to balance out vanities with symmetrical sconces, like one on each side, so that it highlights and frames your face. It's really great for makeup application, but as you can see, the design only called for one wall sconce because you can already see the reflection from the larger builder grade mirror that I had custom made to fix right on the vanity wall. This is a designer's trick that I love to implement, especially in smaller spaces. When you have a builder grade mirror, you can install another freestanding mirror right over the mirror, or if you want to double the impact of lighting in the space, you can install a wall sconce directly over that builder grade mirror. Of course, keep in mind that measuring is crucial to the success of this design. So since I already specified this wall sconce, I knew exactly where my fabricator needed to cut the hole so that I could run all of the electrical in. This is for the same client client the same project in Hidden Canyons, Irvine. This is in Southern California, and it's a custom home that I just finished designing. We used this pendant light to add a little bit more ambient light to the powder bathroom, and I love how moody it feels. It's a matte black metal and copper modern pendant in this cone-like shape. I love how there's a mix of materials with the matte black on the outside. It's a powder coated finish so that you know that it's not super expensive. I purchased this fixture for less than $150 on Amazon, and I really love how it elevates the look of the bathroom while adding a little bit of an industrial edge to it. Anytime you want to add a little bit more dimension and warmth to a space, look for a shaded fixture with brass or copper or gold lining the inside of the sconce. What you're going to get is this really beautiful, warm, ambient glow. That's how I like to further create a moody ambiance, especially in a smaller powder bathroom. Minka Lavery is one of those designer name brands, and way before Amazon cornered the market on home products, I used to source these designer bath fixtures from my trade vendor for double the cost of what I find on Amazon. This Harbor Point glass bath vanity lighting features 3 different shades in which the lighting is all diffused with glass shades. I really love that it had traditional elements on the arms, but what I didn't love about it was the glass diffusers. So I actually swapped out all of these glass cylinders for something a little bit softer and more romantic. I had these fabric shades custom made from one of my vendors, and I feel like it really softened up the entire look of this elevation. And at the center where the vanity station is, I opted to choose single sconces instead so that it could light the client's face, especially when she's applying makeup. When you have a long lavatory like this, especially with multiple points where you have dual sinks and a vanity either on the center or offset, I love to create some sort of continuity by using the exact same fixtures in a space. I'll mix and match all of the other fixtures like the shower fixtures, the tub spouts, even the sink faucets itself. But when you're repeating the same elements on a single elevation and it's the same type of fixture, in this case lighting, I like that continuity. I feel like the look is just a little bit more consistent and intentional. This next light fixture is a wall sconce in a honey gold finish from George Kovacs. It's a single light tube wall sconce in a really modern style. I love that it has this angular rectangular base. It's really modern, especially when it's set up against a cylindrical type of fixture. I specified this fixture for a spec house that I designed. Just a reminder that spec houses are not meant for the clients to live in. I specified some of these fixtures with the intent for them to sell and get the most value and bang for their buck. At just under $170, this light fixture looks so much more expensive than it really is in person. It's really heavy, it's really tall. It really was the perfect accompaniment to all of the brass elements that we also have in this bathroom. Moving on to my favorite mirrors that I've sourced for my clients and myself. We are still discussing the spec house that I designed in Newport Beach, and you saw the wall sconces that I picked out. Let's talk about this fabulous gold mirror that makes such a statement in this small bathroom. Why pick just a plain old rectangular mirror when you can choose something with a little bit more excitement? I love this contemporary mid-century modern style beveled glass mirror because it's huge. It's 30 inches wide by 48 inches tall, and it was just the perfect finishing touch for this bathroom. I love how the base of this mirror is angular. It sits really perfectly on a squared out countertop, but what really draws your eyes up is the intricate shape on the top of the frame. Anytime you're specifying a mirror for the bathroom, you want to ask yourself 2 questions. Number 1, what is the maximum size that I could fit into the space? And number 2, am I trying to make a statement with this mirror, or do I want it to recede into the background? I wanted to make a statement, clearly. So I chose something with not only an exaggerated size, but with a little bit more designer detail to make it feel special. That's not to say that every single bathroom needs to make a statement. When it came time for my own guest bathroom renovation, I had this really huge wall space that I knew I wanted a really huge mirror to fit in. Once I got my measurements down, I knew that I just wanted a little bit of breathing room, almost like a little black border around my brand new mirror. So I chose this really minimal, oversized mirror with a matte black finish. This large rectangular bathroom mirror is generously sized. It's 30 by 40, and it fits my space so beautifully. It has a floating glass panel in the center where the mirror is, so there's this tiny little reveal between the mirror and the actual frame itself. It's so pretty in person because that little minor detail is what elevates the entire look of the space. Of course, you need to be considerate of the level of maintenance when it comes to mirrors that look like this. In that little crack and crevice, a lot of dust collects in it. I clean all the time. I am constantly cleaning my bathrooms, my mirrors off. So with a little bit of daily cleaning, I actually just use like a little Swiffer to get my fingers in the grooves. It's not super difficult to clean. You really just have to get on top of it. This next mirror comes from Kohler, and it is in a super trendy pill-shaped form. The original mirror that I wanted to specify for my clients was almost $1,000, and it's from a trade-only site as well. I found this really amazing dupe for $236 on Amazon, and it was the perfect size. At 18 inches wide and 36 inches high, it's a little bit skinnier. So when you're installing a skinnier mirror, you definitely want to check that your lavatory or your sink area is kind of small as well. Scale and proportion will really make or break your design. So if you have a larger vanity, let's say anything between 3 and 4 feet, you also want to choose a mirror that's wide enough to support the width of the vanity. If that capsule pill-shaped mirror is not really your vibe, I found another really great dupe of a restoration hardware mirror that almost cuts that capsule in half. This arch metal mirror retails for $1,900 on Restoration Hardware site, and I found a version of it on Amazon for less than $56. Talk about a difference in price. I love the shape of this arch metal mirror because I can actually get more of a vertical height with it, especially when the bottom is just like a straight line versus something that's arched and pill-shaped. When you have a really basic countertop with a matching backsplash that is cut to fit on the deck of the countertop, you almost want to specify something that mimics the shape of that backsplash. It was so serendipitous of me to find this next wall mirror. It is this rustic wood wall mirror from Amazon for $120. I actually custom designed this entire primary bathroom vanity before I chose the mirror. I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the mirror. Did I want to add another metal element in there? Do I want to repeat brass elements? Did I want to change it up and do something totally different like polished nickel? I designed the bathroom cabinets. I had it made. I wrapped it in this really beautiful marble. The wood finish on the sink cabinet was almost like this medium walnut, and I had already had this stained before I tried to figure out what I was doing with the mirror. I spent an entire afternoon on Amazon, and I couldn't believe that I found these wood mirrors in an almost identical shade to the stain that was already existing on the sink cabinets. I mean, if that's not fate, I don't know what is. You'll see that there's a lot of marble in this space. There's a lot of brass accents in the space. If I added more brass, I felt like that would be too much. If I added another mixed metal in there, it probably would have fit the bill, but I really loved how the wood frame not only elevated the entire look of the bath, but it actually made it feel even cozier with all the warm woods. What do you think of this bathroom design? Did I make the right move by choosing wood for the mirror instead of something metal? And finally, to round out the bathroom mirror section, we have a round bathroom mirror. I've actually specified this mirror many times, and here's where I installed it in the same spec house in one of the guest bathrooms. This mirror is huge. It comes in multiple colors. There's a black finish, there's a brass finish, and also a silver finish, which is what I specified for this bathroom. It's 36 inches wide, and it was the perfect size for my 48-inch countertop. The brushed metal frame is actually really lovely. It's a painted silver finish, so of course, over time, it can't chip, it can't crack, but the beauty of that is that you can just simply paint right over it. When choosing a particular mirror shape for your bathroom, you always want to look at the wall space that you have in front of you. If you have a rectangular wall space, like it's taller or it's longer, you want to choose a shape that kind of mimics the shape of the wall. In this case, the shape of the wall is square. So I could have chosen a square mirror or a round mirror. I love how a round mirror kind of softens up the entire elevation. It adds a softness to the bathroom so it doesn't feel so masculine and rigid. The last segment of this video is all about those bathroom accessories. We're talking towel bars, towel rings, what to choose, why you would choose it, and of course what finish to get it in. Did you know that there's a correct way to dry your bath towels? And no, it is not by hanging it on a hook. That is why I love towel bars. I found this double towel bar, which I am absolutely obsessed with. I purchased it for both my guest bathroom and my primary bathroom. I specified the single towel bar for my guest bathroom, and I loved it so much that I bought the exact same thing for my own primary bathroom. When you're choosing a towel bar, you want to make sure to measure the width of your towels. I mean, literally, do this with me. Grab your towel from the bathroom, take out a measuring tape, and measure the width of the towel. Now, whatever the width of the towel is, you have to purchase a towel bar that's larger than the width of the towel, so the towel can drape ever so effortlessly and have the capacity to dry efficiently. It's really chic, it's really minimal, and there's a variety of different sizes out there for all of your bathroom needs. Let's talk about toilet paper holders. Not the most glamorous thing to be specifying, but you know what? We all need it. So let's talk about the differences and a side-by-side comparison. I just recently installed this dual towel paper holder with a shelf on top of it in my primary bathroom. I love this dual toilet paper holder because it's so easy to kind of put the toilet paper holder in. You don't have to pull anything out. There's no springs, there's no pivots. You literally just tuck the toilet paper roll right over the rod. I wanted a really minimal shelf because I needed somewhere to put baby wipes on top of. There are so many different shelves on the market, but I actually measured the size of my Kirkland baby wipes, so I knew exactly the type of shelf that I wanted to put on top, and this one really fit the bill. It's actually a little bit deeper than a lot of the shelves out there, so you always want to key into number one, what are you trying to do in this space? What are you using the shelf for? And then measure appropriately. For my guest bathroom, which was on a smaller scale, I knew that I just needed a single shelf for a single roll of toilet paper. Since this toilet paper holder was going to be affixed right on my vanity cabinet, I didn't want to drill any holes into it. That's why I needed something really chic and really minimal. I specified a matte black toilet paper holder for the guest bathroom with a very minimal shelf. It's meant to be wall mounted, and it actually comes with its own adhesive, which I absolutely love. Since it has its own adhesive, it was so easy for me to mount it wherever I wanted without it damaging the cabinet. Now, if you want to get really fancy, how about a toilet paper holder with a cover on it? I chose this matte gold paper holder for my Casa Hacienda project with this really small glam bathroom. As you can see, the entire look of the bathroom has this very Hollywood glam type of style. The palette is predominantly black and gold. I knew I wanted all gold finishes, but I wanted to kind of change up the look from gold to gold. I have a gold mirror, gold wall sconces, but when it came time for the toilet paper holder, which was kind of sitting off in its own nook, I knew that a simple, minimal design was just not going to cut it. I love how the metal cover makes it so easy to tear off the squares of toilet paper when it's on a roll. It looks expensive, it looks fancy, your guests will be oohing and awing, and they won't even know that you spent less than $30 for this toilet paper holder. If your style is a little bit more transitional, you don't really lean modern, you don't want anything that's too traditional, I really love this toilet paper holder from Moen. This brushed nickel finish provides a warmer quality than silver, aluminum, or even chrome. I love how you can mix this with both silver finishes and brass finishes in a bathroom for a super modern touch. This toilet paper holder is a really smart and intelligent design. The toilet paper holder actually pivots on this center mounting axis, and it makes it so easy and simple to remove and replace toilet paper. I chose this one for one of my more recent custom home projects, and we actually specified a matching towel rod to go with it. We've got your toilet paper holders, we have your towel bars. Now, what about those towel rings, and what do you even use it for? I love this towel ring from Delta Faucet. It's sold on Amazon for $27. I typically install towel rings right next to the sink, and I don't really use it for your hand towels. I actually specify these towel rings so that you can hang the towels that you wipe the sink and basin with, so that it's convenient, it's easy, it's efficient, and it's kind of right there. Remember, function first. You have a sink, you have a place for all of your guests or yourself to kind of wipe their hands off. Now, what about that wet and dirty sink? What are you going to use to wipe down the sink, and where are you going to put it? That's why I love towel rings. It's a convenient spot that's right next to the sink. It looks like the rest of the bathroom fixtures and hardware so that you can have that kind of cohesive look. But how are your guests going to know that that is the towel for you to wipe the sink with versus wiping your hands with? Here's a little designer's trick. Specify a hand towel that doesn't look like any other towels in the bathroom. You might want to change up the color, the texture, maybe it has a little fringe accent to it, just something that differentiates it from the hand towels and the bath towels that are already in the space. That's it for today's video. What did you think of today's roundup? Can you see any of these Amazon home products elevating the look and feel of your own bathroom? I get it. Not everyone wants their bathroom to look more expensive. You might just want your bathroom to look cleaner, more modern, more polished. But here's the thing. We all want our homes to look more elevated, but we just don't want that elevated price tag that comes along with it. If you like this type of content and you want more Amazon home products that I love and recommend, please give this video a thumbs up. I have this really great video on the channel now all about mixing metals like a pro. So if you're stuck trying to figure out what metal finishes vibe with your current aesthetic, definitely leave me your questions in the comments below and I'll be sure to address it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. I'll see you next week.